And we are live. Welcome to the first week of the Redbird Redzone podcast for the 2025 season. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing. Joining me today is my co-host for this wondrous season. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, hi, hello. What's going on, everybody? Name's Gule, Zona Gule on Twitter and such. That's pretty much it. That's the intro. Yeah.
And we are here to discuss the week one of the NFL season where your Arizona Cardinals face the New Orleans Saints. But first things first, let's talk preseason. Ghoul, who do you like? What'd you see? And where are we at?
Um. So there's a lot to go over for sure in this preseason. I think the best place to start is kind of just to look at the roster. In all honesty, kind of just like go through the key people who have come out and such, or who made the team rather. Who did make the team. One thing I should off the rip is I am shocked that certain people made the team. For
Yeah,
example,
I will say, Bam Knight making the team shocked me. I thought for sure he was going to be a preseason legend, and that's it.
see DJ Dallas not making the team is actually kind of a good thing. Now we got the roster all nice and ready. Interesting to see that BJ Ojulari just doesn't exist. We have no idea where he is. And then same thing with Walter Nolan. He's also just like in nowhere land. So back to back, great news for your pass rush. Which I mean, okay, definitely pessimism gimmick for sure. But you know, when you spend a draft pick on Walter Nolan, he immediately does the shit fucking Darius Robinson did last season. It's not good news.
Yeah, no, I mean it's frustrating to see a defense with as much talent as it has kind of whittled down this first week when it's getting out the gate and having a big win to open the season is just such a big thing. Now, granted, this Saints offense is potentially weak enough that it may not even matter, but it's not really a good look to have such key pieces of your defensive line a sideline for week one. It's really quite a bummer. I
No, not at all. One thing I guess if we're just like speaking on the preseason like standouts, Jordan Birch, I liked how he looks. I think he looked pretty good. That was the third round pick we did this year. Um, let's see who else kind of stood out. Elijah Jones when he played at the last game. That's another good
I can tell
addition.
you I can tell you who stood out in a bad way. Clayton Tune, who we
He's
mama.
not on the team. He's not on the team anymore. So
I'm very happy about that. Although some of our Klansmen fans are very disappointed. Not going to name
I don't
names.
think you can say that. I don't think you can actively say that we have Klansman fans, even though it's true. Like you can't say that.
Well, I mean, I kind of just did. So anyway, but uh, but
Uh,
no, I mean, there was. I mean, to me at least, there was very clearly an agenda where it's like, ooh, Kyler bad, Clayton good, and it's like, no, fuck no, Clayton is a fucking bum. He's always been a bum. I mean, every chance he got to play, he looked awful. So to go to bat for him continuously and to say, oh well, he's just been fucked over. Fuck that. It's the same goddamn shit where people were saying like, oh, Josh Rosen, he was in bad situations. Like, yeah, but he's also a bad quarterback. You can be in a situation and also be a bad quarterback. They're not mutually
absolutely,
exclusive.
absolutely.
So,
Now, I think there's going to be a discussion at some points uh, about Jacoby Brissett for sure. Um, the thing with Jacoby, I think he's kind of okay. Let's backtrack. Let's kind of get to where we are.
okay.
Kyler Murray's obviously the starter. That's not even like a debate, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Jacoby is at least at the very least an NFL quarterback, and he's a backup at least. So we have that.
Yeah.
The interesting I kind of want to just like put out in there, just like to kind of be like, oh, I called it. I think there's going to be a point in the season where either Kyler gets hurt or he plays like shit. I'm just going to default to him getting hurt. Jacoby's going to play. Jacoby's going to do well. And you're going to do this whole thing all over again. Remember with Colt McCoy, where Colt McCoy stepped in for a game. He looked really good. I feel like that's exactly going to happen again. And I think at this time, I don't really have the energy to, like, defend Kyler at this point, if that makes any sense. If Jacoby ends up, playing well, that's something to notice, to talk about.
Kyler's in a really tricky spot right now because his contract is such a monolith that it would be hard to move him if we were to try to get off him. But also, it feels like he is very much on the hot seat. Now, granted, we have the kind of cap space in the future that if we really, really needed to get off of Kyler Murray, it's possible, but it's not really that fun of an idea. There are plenty of quarterbacks, it seems, this year that could be taken. That could be an upgrade, but it's all remains to be seen. This looks like a very strong. Oh, go ahead.
This is probably one of the first opportunities you have to move off of Kyler Murray, so to speak. Just looking at his contract, he has the $43 million cap hit with the $100 million dead cap, right?
Yeah.
If you cut him back, right? 2026 is where it starts to get interesting. So it goes down to $57 million, which is still a massive hit. It's actually around what his cap hit normally is for the dead cap. So you're cutting him, it's around the same. 2027, his dead cap, if you cut him, is $7 million. So
yeah,
you start to, put that into that becomes a thing that could potentially.
It becomes like a Breeze Rivers situation. I assume then.
So, sort of, and then I guess looking even more into that, we have the club option as well. In 2028, where if we don't like we don't like what he's doing, bye Tyler. So in reality, it's when people say this is like the final. This is the Kyler Murray's like final stand. This is pretty much it. You can't. He has to play well. I don't think there's an option for him to play bad, because then his future on the team is then in question.
Yeah, no, I mean this is a make or break year for Kyler Murray. If he regresses in any way, shape, or form, I think that the Cardinals faithful. I mean, I think we are going to call for yes, that's powerful Cardinal faithful.
We're all gonna call for it. I think at this point you have to show us something. If you have to show that all this nonsense about we didn't address the offense at all this season, right? And I think
I mean I think the most we did was we added like a lineman and like this. Well, we already had Will Hernandez. We just re-signed him.
We just re-signed Will Hernandez. Re-signed Trey McBride. I guess. So it's basically we're running back the same offense, which statistically
I'm not a fan of.
Statistically, it's top 10, right? But it's
just
you have your quarterback throwing Mickey Mouse passes down the middle of the field to Panthers DBs were just sitting there catching it.
I was sitting there at that game, and my hair. I was so close to pulling my hair out. I legit threw my Kyler jersey in the trash after that game.
It's just it's hard. It's going to be definitely hard to justify another bad season, which is again why it's so important. You're also looking at a point where the NFC West is at a point. I'll let you speak after that's my bet. But the NFC West is at a point where anybody can win it.
It is a giant toss-up.
The worst team in the. It's a very much a toss-up. Every single team can either be first place or fourth place. It's very, very volatile. I guess
I mean, I can very much see a Cardinals team where this team looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers, both in terms of how solid the defense is and how awful the offense is to watch. I can see a season where we improve on defense and we improve on offense, but it is just such a slog to watch. But I mean, if it gets us into the playoffs and it gets us one step closer to having the first championship brought to the Valley in 25 years, I can, well, not counting WNBA, I can live with that. I can absolutely live with that. Give me
Absolutely.
a boring Super Bowl team. God, I'd kill for that.
I just want a good team, man. I think, and you could say what 2021 was good. I guess, right? But that team shit itself. It died at the end so bad that it's like erased itself from my memory. It was that bad.
Yeah, no, it
Um,
was soul crushing. I mean, we got into the playoffs because a team lost, and we bragged about it. It's like don't post about that. Just like
we
have
like
a
backed
little
into the
infograph.
playoffs. Like I hate when teams like back into the playoffs and like start talking shit. We lost the 3-4. What was it, like the shitty ass Lions team? Like before they were really good. Like that's horrible.
And an awful
Um,
Panthers team.
and an awful, but it's like, and the thing is too with that Lions team, right? That whole thing with like the social media account refusing to post the final score, so that became a thing. That whole team was a joke. But so in reality, kind of just circling back, this team hasn't been good since 2015. Um, and I'm excited because this is the very first time for at least the last 10 years where I'm genuinely excited about both sides of the ball.
And I mean that excitement is shared throughout the valley. I mean, this is the highest like number of season ticket sales and prior to week one ticket sales since 2009. I mean, this is a team that has genuine hype around the valley, and I'm hoping that's not just because we have the fucking Green Bay Packers coming to town and they're trying to sell the tickets.
We're
Um,
losing that game, by
oh yeah,
the
no
way.
question, no
Texans
question.
will be murdering PJ or Paris pretty bad. But that's besides the point. I think a good idea at this point is to kind of just narrow in on our the week one matchup. I think that's a kind of before we get all scatterbrained and go this way and that way. I think it's probably a good idea to start talking about the week one matchup against the New Orleans Saints. What do you think?
Well, they're going to have to go up against South Carolina Gamecocks legend Spencer Rattler at quarterback, which
Yawn. Yawn. He's
listen,
from
man,
Arizona,
but he's a
pinnacle pioneer legend.
South Carolina Gamecock legend. Any man who beats Clemson is a
Any bowl
legend in
games?
this house.
Any significant wins for Spencer? No,
How many?
no.
Hey, Goal. Real quick question: how many bowl game wins does Sam Levitt have? Just wondering, real quick.
How many playoff games does South Carolina have? Nothing. Zilch. Nada. No playoffs. Nothing. And they'll be again the same thing. No playoffs for South Carolina.
You do not know ball.
I know ball. I know Lamar Sellers is gonna fall off a cliff because he sucks.
Fuck you.
See, there you go. All mad. Anyways, so the
Anyways,
Saints. The
um,
Saints.
I mean, it's a giant question mark. I mean, Olave's coming off of a couple good seasons. Kamara's always a threat, but I mean, I'm not really scared by that defense, even though some people are. Rattler doesn't, inspire fear. I mean, unless Kellen Moore has just completely revamped this offense and it's just night and day. I mean, I'm not really convinced. I mean, Dennis Allen, mind you, was a horrendous coach, and I'm glad that they got rid of him because he should not have a job in the NFL. He's awful.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, unless we really see just how much of a mind Kellen Moore has, and see him back up all the hype he's gotten throughout these years, I cannot see a week one game where we are just torn apart by that offense. I think if we lose, it will be a low scoring bout and it will suck. It will be a slog to watch.
Absolutely. Just looking more so, I think the wide receiver core is like the strength of the team, like bar none. Chris Olave, if we know how good he is when he is scramble brained. Um, Rashid Shaheed's a good deep threat. Brandon Cooks has been in the league forever and has been good for forever. Very solid little three wide receiver room right there. And then you got Jawan Johnson,
If there was a
Kamara, as we said.
if there was a who he play for the NFL, Brandon Cooks would be a yearly candidate.
Absolutely, absolutely. I didn't.
I
It's interesting. I think especially with how much hype this young secondary has gotten,
of
and
course.
how unironically depleted it is when you lose Sean Murphy Bunting and you lose Starlin Thomas. so early in the season. They just don't exist. This is gonna be a very interesting test for Will Johnson. He's gonna be on Olave more than likely. Garrett Williams is going to be on Shaheed more than likely. And then you're going to have Max Melton on Brandon Cooks. That's a veteran versus essentially he's still a young player, second year player. So it's going to be super interesting to see how that goes. I would imagine Rattler is going to target Cooks a little bit because I think if there is a weak link in the secondary, at least in the corners, probably Melton. But yeah,
I mean, if I am a betting man, I am not. I just as easily take Will Johnson getting a pick this week. I think that this will be a coming out game for him. This is the kind
I
of quarterback
I
that a guy
don't
like him can feast on.
see. The problem is Olave is again amazing, it should not be understated how good Olave is. So this is a very very good test for Will to start the season. I need to fact check myself. I don't know if Will and Olave were one on one with each other
I
when they played. I know Will was on Marv for sure. I don't know if he was ever on Olave.
Are you talking about like just like practices where they like played as
Michigan
each
Ohio
other?
State game.
Oh, gotcha.
When 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 they played each other, Michigan Ohio State.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I
That's
mean,
when
I figure if Johnson's playing, he's probably not CB1 week one. That'd be pretty crazy. But I mean,
he
I
is CB1.
he
I
is
think he's listed
wow,
as CB1. Yeah. Yes.
that impressive. All right, I don't know ball.
I mean, like, do you want to? Would you say Max Melton is CB1? He's not.
Well, I was gonna say Garrett.
Garrett's your slot corner.
Yeah, shit.
That's your nickel corner. Like Garrett, he's not going to really be DB1. I mean, he's great. He's probably your best cornerback as of right now. I should like preface that. But DB1 is going to go against wide receiver one. In that case, it will.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, non-ball knower here. But yeah, no. I mean, it's. I mean, this cornerback room, as young as it is, still has the potential to be very scary. I mean, Williams and Melton alone did really well last year, for what it's worth, and I think if Garrett's even half as good as what we think he is, this is going to be a scary room for DBs.
absolutely. And I think you have some good depth pieces too to kind of work with, and Keitrell Clark and Elijah Jones. I'm not entirely high on Denzel Burke, so I'm neglecting to include him on that list, but he can prove me wrong.
My my
But
my I mean this whole defense looks like a really good like well to get put together package, but then you have Gather at what the middle linebacker,
Davis
and
Gaither,
I don't
yeah,
understand his role in this offense and why we couldn't have tried to find somebody better. I mean, Lord knows there were many linebackers that we could have gotten on the cheap in the free agency. I mean,
it's interesting
Kazir
because
was
like
now,
that was Kaiser White because that was Kaiser White last season.
and he looked
So
phenomenal last year, and he stayed on the free agency forever.
I think it's interesting to see because I think Davis Gaither. I think your weak points in the defense, just looking at your starting 11, you narrow down Davis Gaither and you narrow down Melton. Probably those are the two names that like stick out to me. Maybe like Zane Collins as well, but he
But I
would do
mean,
a
if you're
great
only
job.
as strong as
It's
your
hard.
weakest link, that's not. I can live with that. Max Melton
I
being my
can live.
weakest link,
Absolutely,
I can absolutely live with that.
absolutely. I'm I'm more excited honestly to see what we get from the defensive line. Namely, I want to see what Josh Sweat does. We have heard nothing from him in camp, and usually when you have a superstar and you hear nothing from him, usually that means it's good.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
that means they're hiding him.
they're hiding him. They're doing a good job. I'm excited to see what Darius does. Darius apparently has had a really good camp, so I'm excited to see him kind of step out. I would have loved, again, I would have loved to see Walter Nolan play, but we're doing the calf thing again. If he's out the whole season, which apparently has been reported, that would fucking suck. That's
Cardinal
honestly
luck.
a, a waste of a pick, but that's besides the point.
I mean, shit
We have
happens.
Calais back.
I
We
will
have
s- I
Dalvin
will say
Tomlinson.
I will say as a side note, I am very surprised that we kept Ujulari. I have nothing against him, but I mean at this point, this is what his third year
coming into the season injured. I'm
Hard.
surprised we didn't just use the injury settlement.
I think what's going to end up happening, because clearly they think he can play right now. He's listed as out.
Yeah.
On the depth chart as we speak. I don't think he's listed on the injury report, so that's interesting. He's on the PUP list. Never mind. So he's scheduled to return, but
I'll
a
believe
lot
it
of
when I
players are
see it.
scheduled to return on the PUP. So,
Again,
anyway, he probably gets cut next season.
I have nothing against Ujulari, but man, it's like he's like the Klay
You
Thompson of
gotta
the
play.
Arizona. He's like the the Klay Thompson of the Arizona Cardinals. Like when Klay Thompson was out for the Warriors, there were like it was like a 3-year period where they're like, when we get Klay back, we're going to be something, and it's like, okay, man. Like I've heard if Ujulari too many times. You'd swear he's Justin Herbert with the amount of ifs he's getting.
Ifs, a lot of ifs. Mr. Hypothetical himself. I don't know. BJ he's not worth talking about at this point when you talk about like good team, good players on the team. I think more interestingly, just looking at like the second, because we're gonna run like we talked about like that hockey style rotation where you're just gonna be subbing guys in and out. Collier is gonna get a lot of run. Jordan Birch, Baron Browning, we just re-signed.
I love
Xavier
the Baron
Thomas
Browning one
might
last
get
year.
some look.
I will say I
Um,
loved Baron Browning last year, and I really hope that he plays a vocal like a decent part in this defense. I know he's probably going to be overshadowed by a lot of other guys, but damn, I liked him.
he's playing. I say he's playing behind Zayvon Collins right now.
Yeah,
What a weird first round pick Zayvon Collins is, because it's like he's not bad, but he's not good.
like he's in that frustrating middle ground where you can't say it's a waste, but man, it kind of feels like one. And I actually looked at that draft tonight, and I didn't really see a lot of players that we could have taken after him. That made me lose a lot of sleep. So, oh, can you hear me? Shit. Uh, Mic test 1 2 1 2. Shit. The fuck happened? What just happened?
The leave button. Can we?
Okay.
We're gonna get you a crash course in YouTube by
Yeah.
week 2.
Yeah, we
Crash
need
course in
that.
YouTube.
Yeah, we need that. I haven't used YouTube Live since it was Google Hangouts Live, so it's been a minute.
So we're gonna get that to work. We're gonna get that to work.
And I
Anyways,
apologize to anybody who has to watch this and see the shitty little static image that I am also going to have to figure out how to do because I have never fucking edited a video before. So this is
you
probably
got
going to be
it,
a
bro.
little shit. I'm going to be so
Listen,
honest.
learning experience. You got it. So let's
I gotta
kind of start
I
with
gotta
that.
get
What
some.
were we talking about?
We were talking about fuck. What were we talking about? We were talking about Baron Browning for a second, and
Yes.
Zayvon Collins.
Oh, so yeah, he's such a interesting player. Let's see. Who else can we talk about in this defense? I know Dante Stills. He showed up on the injury report, so that's a little concerning because I think he's one of our best depth guys on the team. Hopefully he can play a little bit, but again, he's a depth guy, so not too worried. And then just I guess one more room to talk about on the defense safety room. I guess Jalen and Buddha. Once again, I feel like they've been here for 7 years.
Yeah, I mean it's so reliable at this point. It's like you couldn't even talk about like let's get another safety like I saw somebody say that we should get fuck I'm a fake fan. I'm forgetting his name. The safety from South Carolina last year because they were like, oh yeah, well Thompson's on a contract. And it's like, well, fuck that. I like
You're talking about
Thompson.
Even Mori. He's on the
Thompson's been good
Seahawks.
for us. Yeah, Nick Emenwara, yeah. But like, yeah, no, I mean, at this point, it's so dependable. You can set your watch to it. I love the safety room, and I am very happy with its production. I will say this offense is a big giant question mark. I really I know I am a controversial person for saying this. I do not love this running back room. I know everybody loves James Conner. I love him too, but he's 30 years old, and I mean, this is around the time where a lot of running backs just their wheels just completely fall
I
off,
think the
and
name.
it's never
Go ahead.
was that.
Finish your thought.
And it's never gradual like you think it is. It is a thud. It is like that. So I mean if we lose that and we are a power running team like we were last year, that's going to hurt, and it's going
Yeah,
to hurt a lot.
I think this is again another make it or break it year with Trey Benson. Unfortunate as it is because we spent a third round pick on him for whatever reason.
Especially
But
when Clemson legend Will Shipley was on the board. Only time I'll ever say the words Clemson and legend in the same sentence, by the way.
yeah, Trevor Lawrence, he's a demon. Or DeAndre Hopkins, excuse me. But I don't know. Trey Benson has to show something this year, 100%. If he doesn't, there's some trouble there in the running back room. I think you definitely need to make a move after that for running back. But again, that's so down the line. We're talking about week 1 against the Saints.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
When
wide
talking about
receiver room is
yeah, when
oh,
talking
go ahead.
about the Saints just in general, one of their weaknesses, if you could, I mean, greatest weaknesses. Let's kind of nail that in. Is their defensive line is not that good. Cameron Jordan was old 3 years ago, and he's still there. What Brian Breesy and like
Armstead.
Godchuk's okay. Armstead's not even there anymore.
Shitty.
Chase Young showed up on the injury report today. He showed up, but he's actually did not practice today with the calf thing, so he probably is not playing. So with that D line being so bad, this is going to be a good test for that offensive line. I don't think really have any totally new names. The only one is Isaiah Adams is starting. Evan Brown, is back. Jonah Williams will be back. Is back. A lot of guys we've had, but we're either hurt or we're spared on the depth chart. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them.
I will be happy to see Jonah Williams from the jump. I know he got injured really early last year, and it was tough those first few weeks without him. If he looks half as good as he did again in that first half against a far better Bills defense, if he looks that way against the Saints, I will be very, very happy. I think this
Absolutely.
I think this O line is just damned by reputation. Everybody, I mean, there are certain teams where you look at any kind of group and you say, okay, well, they have this reputation. I don't know much about them, but they're probably good. I always assume the Vikings have a good defense, even if they don't. I'll always assume the Steelers have a good defense, even if they don't. I'll always assume that fucking the Denver Broncos play the most boring football in the world, even if they don't.
Right.
And I think that reputation has extended to our O line. We've had so many bad O lines that the thought is, oh well, it's the Cardinals O line. How good could it be? And it's like, no, this is not a team that died by its O line last year.
No.
This is a team that died because its O line got fucking injured.
Absolutely. I think I think it's going to be interesting to see. This is an interesting year for Isaiah Adams. That's the 3rd round pick he drafted last year. Part of that, the four horsemen of the apocalypse of that 3rd round that are all interestingly bad in their own ways. Okay, maybe not bad, but questionable.
Especially with who we could have gotten in that 3rd
Absolutely.
round, and who we could have taken had we not traded down to get those 3rd round picks. I mean, we could have. I mean, for fuck's sake, we could have gotten fucking Cooper DeJean.
Trade up with those 3rd rounders. I see what you mean. Now,
well, no, I mean, we could have gotten we could have traded up and used one of those thirds
to trade up.
Moved up from Darius.
Yeah. So the four names that we're gonna be looking out for this year to produce: Trey Benson, Tip Ryman, who I think is unironically the best player out of that group, just because he just plays his role exceptionally well. So it's you're not really expecting much from him. Maybe a catch or two in 4 weeks, and then really good blocking.
I mean, he's also he's also a deeply unsexy player in that all he really does for us is block. And I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a very valuable thing for this team, but that does not show up in a highlight reel.
Absolutely not. It's the way I see him. If Tip Ryman's on the field, you have a fullback on the field. Essentially, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
And then okay, so Tip Ryman, Trey Benson, Isaiah Adams, and Elijah Jones. Elijah Jones hasn't really had the most opportunity to play because he's been hurt, and then he's kind of buried on the depth chart just a teensy tiny bit behind Will and Max. But I foresee that changing pretty quickly if one of those guys gets hurt, which it's the NFL. You're going to get guys that get hurt. But you're looking for production from all four of those guys, at least at some point, because that's where that draft will be graded heavily the most. Obviously, you have Marv, and you have who did we draft in this? We have Darius. Who did we draft in the second round last year? Remind me.
Second round last year, we chose Melton.
Max Melton, correct.
We traded down to get Melton.
That is correct. That is who we passed on. Kool-Aid McKinstry, who we play against the Saints. Demon Kool-Aid. Who is going to be DB1? I'm distracted now. Who is DB1 on the Saints? Is it Kool-Aid? It is Kool-Aid.
I'm pretty sure it is actually. Yeah,
it is.
I think
Kool-Aid.
I'm pretty sure.
All right, Marv. You know what we got to do. Come on. There's a very much an obvious weakness on that team. Drew Petzing, I swear to God, bro.
Get ready to learn fucking the worst route trees you've ever seen, buddy.
We're getting curls and routes when this guy is a demon over the middle of the field, but you have a big. You know,
I mean, I
want a new quarterback, man. I just want a new quarterback. I want to be able to throw the ball again.
I mean, as bad as it is, I guess it beats first down screens with Larry Fitzgerald, like 38-year-old Larry Fitzgerald.
3rd and 13, screen to Christian Kirk. I love it. I love it.
Oh God, I don't miss that era. I don't miss that era.
Y'all thought
I
listen. Cliff Kingsbury's got Deebo Samuel now, right? You know exactly what that fucker is doing with Deebo Samuel. 3rd and 13. Deebo, I believe in you.
Oh man. But yeah, no, I mean this is a team that lives and dies by its production on offense. This defense I have no qualms on. This offensive line I have no qualms on. My main two concerns is our quarterback room and our wide receiver room.
We kept
our
wide receivers. We kept only 5 wide receivers. We kept 4 tight ends.
And yeah, I don't get that at all. I mean, unless you are just that dedicated to being a power run team where you just you think you need them, I don't get it. I also really don't get why we didn't pick up a single wide receiver in the offseason.
I mean, like Cordell Patterson's still there. You had.
But I mean, I thought. I mean, isn't Cordell more of a specialist?
He's a specialist
than a straight up wide.
Okay, he's probably better than Greg Dortch. And like your kick return right now is Weaver and Dortch, so those guys are going to get more like wear and tear on their bodies as the season progresses because it's kick return. So I guess okay, if you want to call it an addition, and I hesitate to call it an addition because he played for us last year. Zay Jones was suspended to start the season last year, so he wasn't able to do any training camp stuff.
He also didn't do anything.
But he was suspended for what was it? Some sort of thing. But he wasn't able to participate in training camp, meaning he didn't really get to be a part of that offense. So I guess I'm pretty sure if you want to call it an addition, I guess Zay Jones, but
I'm pretty sure he beat his girlfriend.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I hope that's wow.
I promise that was a nervous laugh. That was not a ha laugh. I need to clarify.
All right. Well, Zay, that's interesting. Anyways, Michael Wilson sucks. I think he's okay. I think this is a hot take. This team, if you want to fix its wide receiver room, all you got to do is get a wide receiver 2, like a legitimate wide receiver 2, and then it looks fine. But we don't. I think Michael Wilson is the worst wide receiver 2 in the league, but he'd be a solid wide receiver 3.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I think he's worse than Xavier Tillman. I think he's worse than
That wasn't my pick.
who was the worst wide receiver 2?
I mean, I was going to say probably either, the Panthers situation at wide receiver 2 is pretty dire right now. So I'd say either Leggett or
what,
Coker.
Xavier Leggett? Coker's good, first off.
We don't know that.
I know he's good. He's going to be good. I stashed him in fantasy in like 3 leagues because fucking there's a reason they wanted to trade Thielen.
What would you know about winning in fantasy, Mister Second Place in 2018?
2018.
The one time we ever played in
2018. Like, what are we doing?
That was the one fucking league we were ever in.
One league. No, I won a league last season. Shout out Jake Bates or Jesse Bates, whatever the fuck his name is. He did pretty good for me, so that's nice. But okay, so what is that? Is it Xavier Tillman? I think it's Xavier Tillman. The Patriots also have a really bad wide receiver 2. Let me go find his name. Demario Douglas, Mac Hollins.
Which is funny because I remember Coleman saying, "Oh yeah, he's going to be like this like late round legend. Keep an eye out on him," and he's just done nothing.
It's interesting. We have Kayshon Boutte, but again, I don't even know why I'm talking about the Patriots. Focusing in once again on this wide receiver room. If there's any move that I hope we have like loaded in the pipeline, Jacoby Myers would be an excellent trade target for the Cardinals. I think he fits this offense like perfectly. That's a great wide receiver.
I mean, even if we need a Band-Aid,
with Marv.
Even if we need a Band-Aid, I mean, shit, I'd be okay with 2 wide receiver number 3s if that's what it took to get another wide receiver in this room. I wouldn't mind getting Kendrick Bourne off of waivers. I know that's deeply unsexy, but I mean it's not a very big world out there at wide receiver in the free agency right now.
Absolutely, and it's like I think it's so obvious we're going wide receiver next season. And it's so shitty because the wide receiver draft is kind of mid. I mean, you have Jordan Tyson, you have
Nick Harbor,
and like some other guys here and there that'll probably show up.
But I mean, Nick Harbor has Chief written all over him. I just need to get that prediction out of the way now.
They already drafted like 15 wide receivers. I don't think they're drafting wide receiver again.
Yeah, but he's tall and he's fast, so he's a Chief.
Oh, so he's a Cardinal because we don't have any like intermediate guys ever. We have just tall fuckers, or we have small guys, no in between.
Well, no, our tall fuckers can only catch. This guy's too fast. He has to be 5'10" and run a 4.3 30 in order to be on our team. We can't have anybody over 6 feet and who can also run.
Right. So here's my take. Right, I think we should kind of. Here's an idea. Right. So we have we have to make a prediction for the game. Right. Let's do this. Let's do score prediction, and we're gonna go breakout quote unquote prediction. Who's gonna be the best player of the game? Your player of the game. I think that's a good idea.
I think we should open with breakout first.
Breakout first. Okay. You go first.
Yeah. I think Will Johnson has his welcome to the NFL moment. Positive. I think he gets his first interception in week 1. This is a quarterback that shakes very easily. He is very nervous when he plays. There is very much a reason that despite having weapons on offense, that they are projected to do as bad as they are with that quarterback room. Spencer Rattler is not a reliable quarterback, and they are setting him up to fail. Will Johnson, he is going to have a pick week 1. No doubt about it.
Okay. So you're locking in Will Johnson pick. I'm going to go ahead.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and say Cardinals O-line doesn't give up a single sack the entire game.
That is bold.
I think it's going to be a clean game. I'm going to regret saying this. There is a thinking suspicion I think we lose this game. That's also pessimism gimmick, but besides the point, I think this is a very weak Saints D-line, and I think this is a very good trial run for this O-line to do what it needs to do. I think Kyler is going to know that, especially if Chase Young is hurt, who's their pass rusher? Jordan. He's going to know where he is at all times. Paris.
And Godcho.
Godcho. Like, he's not going to be much of a thing. like that's gonna be like Froholtz and like Evan Brown's responsibility for the most part. Like they'll have time this week. They'll have time to make it work. So that's my prediction. No sacks this week.
Yeah, no, I mean this defense beating us is not my concern. It's will we beat ourselves?
Yeah, I
And
think that's what we did
time and
last.
time
we
again
did
for the
last year.
Cardinals, the answer time and time again for the Cardinals, that answer has been yes. And that is my main concern. So should we get into score predictions? I'm gonna let you go first on that one.
Okay, score prediction. Let me fact check what the line is for tomorrow for Sunday.
It is
What is the
5.5. I know it because it's 5.5. I know it because I bet it.
according to ESPN Bet Sportsbook, the Cardinals are 6.5 favorites on the road. Interesting. That's weird. That just means the Saints suck, huh? We're gonna go ahead and lock in. I think it's gonna be 31-14. The Cardinals win week 1.
Wow, you and I have very different predictions.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
here are my two factors before I get into this. It's week 1 against a team with a new head coach. That's always a tricky spot for us. And we always play down to our competition. That's another thing. And we tend to beat ourselves. That's a third thing.
Okay.
All of these factors make me question whether we come out of New Orleans with a win, and it makes me question if we will have enough momentum to shake off the demon next week when we play Carolina. I really do not feel 100% positive on this game because I've been burned by this team so many times. On paper, this is a great matchup for us. On paper, I mean, usually the spread's a 3-point favorite for the home team. We're a 6-point favorite in their house. That the Saints are considered to be a very bad team. They are considered either the favorite or the second favorite to get insert white boy quarterback here
Or
at number 1.
Lenore's.
Or Lenoris. God bless Lenoris, my beautiful king.
Right.
But as a result, I cannot in good conscience say that the Cardinals walk out of New Orleans with a victory.
Wow.
I think this is going to be a ugly, ugly football game, the kind of football game that reminds you of those fucking NFL films, 1960s. Here you see, and all that crap. I think this is going to be a ugly 16-13 Saints victory.
That's okay. Well, we're in agreement that the Saints are scoring 14 points, so I'll give you that.
I said they scored 16.
Or 16 rather, yes. Like around that margin. That's going to be interesting. All right, so I say 31-14 Cardinals win. You say 16-13 Saints win. All right.
Yes.
I think that's pretty
What? Oh wait, did I lose you? Oh shit! I hate it. I hate it too.
all right. As I think that's pretty much all I had to say in regards to this game. Is there anything else you want to say?
I hope I'm wrong. I hope that you have pessimism gimmick. I have pessimism real, and it's unfortunately been proven right far too often. So I'm hoping to God that I am just completely delusional and that this is both a good matchup for us on paper and on the field. It may not seem it. I bet against this team week in, week out on this show. I love this team. This team is my fucking life, and I am praying to God for a Cardinals victory.
All right.
So,
all right. Well,
week 1, we ride into New Orleans. Hopefully, week 2, we come back home and we shake off the demon. We walk in to week 3 2-0.
That's the hope. That's the hope. Well, hopefully, before week 2, we're on YouTube, like streaming live. That's the hope. Will.
Yeah, well, I need a certain person behind the scenes who is not on this broadcast or affiliated with us anymore to give me the login. So
That's
that
sounds like that'll happen in a week. That's what I think.
I hope so.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't have much more to say.
All right, so let's close it out then. This has been another spectacular episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing.
And then, yeah, I'm Gule at ZonaGule on Twitter.com. I'm not calling it X. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And this has been a spectacular episode of the Redbird Redzone, a Max Hall production. Peace out.
Okay.